Mic'd up.
The good thing is, Marty, nobody has to know that you're in so late because, oh, crap, we're live.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, guys, how you doing tonight?
Hi, everybody.
I was prompt.
You were prompt.
Yes. So welcome to another episode of the Highlights from Lowlifes show. As you guys all know by now, we're a bunch of baseball playing buddies from the Bay Area that during the pandemic turned to the internet for our happy hours and our just to check in on each other and make sure everything was going okay. Our conversations evolved in these top 5 lists, and we all had a great time with it. We were telling the story one day to a gentleman from Mic'd Up who thought it was a great idea and said, "You guys should do a show on my network." So here we are. This is the Clown Show.
Imagine that.
It doesn't seem like it's that simple, but that's actually how it happened.
Exactly right.
Anyway,
really.
Boys will be boys.
yeah. So as you know, you probably just tell by looking at our backgrounds, we are all pretty much baseball-oriented guys. And not only because we play together, but we certainly follow the sport and the history of the sport. So we all have been confronted with the same question, which is now tonight's topic. What the hell are we going to do now that baseball is over?
Yeah.
So tonight we're going to go down our checklist of our top 5 things we're going to do now that baseball season's over. I know one I'm going to do right now is take a sip of my Almanac beer.
Yeah.
And
well, while you're there,
then I'll keep going.
He does that for effect all the time.
If you didn't see last week's show, go into the archives and look it up because we were live at Almanac Brewing. We had a great old time, and you can tell just by listening to us talk that we had a good time. So,
It was messy.
yeah, pick up that show. But tonight we're back into our normal format, and let's just dive right in. If you've got a comment, you want to add your things you're going to do during the off season, hit that microphone button down at the bottom of your screen and leave us a comment. Leave us a what you're drinking. Comment about Marty's clip-on tie, whatever you need to do. We'll play it. I'm less careful about playing the obscenity ones than Weber, so you got that going for you tonight. So all right, the top 5 things we're gonna do for the off season. Hey, JC, why don't you start us off?
Well, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bill Veeck, the innovative, iconoclastic franchise owner from Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Chicago, so-called P.T. Barnum of baseball, says there are 2 seasons, winter and baseball. Well, he was spot on for me.
Yep.
Baseball season is watching minor and major league games in progress, watching them on the tube, coaching Babe Ruth baseball, helping to run that league, as well as being a player coach in old man baseball. And after the season, now what? Well, rest, reintroduce myself to the family, and baseball fans who are my friends. So it's culture shock, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it didn't help that the Dodgers won the World Series. That
Ah.
really started the offseason off in a distasteful way.
Or that pristine game, whatever it was, that ended the series
Yes.
with innings that looked more like what we played than what they
Exactly.
played. So what can you say?
Heck, we could have done that for a lot
Game
less
5,
money.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, we could have done it for a lot less. That's good. I like that.
And maybe have been more entertaining.
Yeah.
And we usually do for a lot less money.
All right, JC, who's next?
Well, let's go up to Marty.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Believe it or not, I can read, and I plan on doing a lot more reading now the off season. But of course, reading what? Baseball. And here's a great book.
Oh yeah, it is.
And I happened to find it on Teddy Bear's coffee table the other night. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
You're welcome.
And it not only does it have great baseball stories, but the format of the book is just in short sequences. So if you can only read for 10 or 15 minutes, you can read a few and there's stories about what you've heard about when you were a kid, what you've read about after we went to the Hall of Fame, which I'll get to later, and the stuff that you've witnessed over the years. And it's just, if you ever want to, two things: go take a trip down memory lane and appreciate yourself, and then realize how friggin' old you are, and which makes you want to drink even more. Um, Read baseball. It's a great book.
It is a good book.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Thank you. Robbie, take it.
All right. My number 5, it's baseball adjacent. Yeah, because I
Okay.
can't really quite let it go. I'm looking forward to getting a few, hopefully, at least with Marty on here and some of the other low lifes that aren't on tonight, squeezing in a few of Stratomatic games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure. We can do
In
that. I'd
the
love
off
to do that
season.
again.
We
Yeah.
One of the things we did during the pandemic was we played some Stratomatic online, and we had let's see, you had to take a 100 loss team, so we had a tournament for the 100 teams that had a season of 100 losses or more. We played a tournament out. We did a Hall of Fame tournament. We
Mhm.
started to put together a Negro League thing, which I think we need to pick up and run with next. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing a little Stratomatic, and on those nights when none of these mooks are available, I'm gonna pull up MLB The Show 24 on the PlayStation and knock some
Oh
balls
man.
around the park that way.
Cool.
Brent, why don't you bring us in
Okay.
for number 5?
Well, when they thinking about this topic and what I was going to talk about, it was very depressing. I mean, baseball season's over. Oh no. And I certainly miss it right after it ends, and I look forward to it just as soon as it gets to spring. But to quote some poet somewhere, he says, I might just stand and stare out the window and check off the days on the calendar until spring training starts. But that lost feeling you get when it ends and there's
Yeah.
nobody around, there's nothing to do. Well, that's how it feels until I start getting focused on something else. And so I figured that would be my number 5. It's just depressing, and I have to start focusing on something else. So the rest of them will get a little bit better as we go along.
I
Thank
think that
God for that.
I think that poet's name was Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was a strip.
Yeah.
a distant relative. That's it.
Yeah.
Distant
Yeah.
Yeah.
relative.
Well, here's Mr. Schultz. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that was a good round 5.
That
Yeah.
was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're starting off the right way here. So, Brent, who are you going to pick to start round 4?
Let's see. How about JC? What do you got for round number 4?
Well, I got something here, and I thought it would already be taken. Uh, I'm sure that after the Giants inflicted their particular brand of torture on us all, that we were ready for a change. We go to the 49ers season, and they're inflicting a different brand of torture on us for the
But still
football
torture.
season. So I
It
think
sure is.
football is a occupation. While the baseball season is in intermission.
Fair enough.
Very good. Very good. Yes.
Just one kind of pain to the next.
Yeah.
Well, this
Absolutely.
year it is. Yeah, it turns
Yeah.
out to be that way.
Bay Area teams are good at that. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
come in leaking oil and needing oxygen in the fourth quarter.
Okay, let's go to Robbie.
Oh, good. That makes a perfect segue. Because out of all the different low lives, football is probably my third or fourth sport behind baseball. I think
Oh.
only Terry and I have much inclination towards the NBA. And so I will watch a bunch of NBA games. I think teams are getting better, more entertaining to watch now. It's not one guy getting a isolated dribble over on one side of the court, and he dribbles the ball for 24 seconds and then lobs up some weird shot. A lot of ball movement now. The NBA, it's starting to resemble an older game where there's a lot of passing. And in particular, the one Bay Area team that is not shaming us at this point in time are the 9-2 Golden State Warriors, who are hot out the gate and looking like, oh, look at the
Oh, look at
celebration.
this. Oh my gosh.
You like
Wow.
that?
Ooh.
Very
Way to
nice.
go, Brent.
Yeah, so apparently Brent is a basketball guy now too. So hey, yeah, I'll be enjoying some NBA basketball. Marty, what do you got?
You know what? I'm determined that I'm going to work out. And I'm going to not only do my 12-ounce curls, and which would now with Almanac, I think it's more like 18, but
16-ounce curls. Yeah,
16. Thank you. All
yeah.
right.
They're
But,
called declining curls because each
but
time you take a little weight off each time to help
right.
change the stress in
And
each
then,
knee.
but everybody laughs, say, right, 6 now. But there's more to it than that. There's case lifting. I mean, it's to build up the shoulders, right? I mean, you got to
You got to put them in the back of your trunk.
yeah, exactly. Oh, you got to right. And then I live in a condo here, and there's two stories, and there I have a beer rater, not a kegerator, but a beer rater. That's a refrigerator full of beer in the garage, and I have to do stairs to get it up to the.
Oh man,
Yeah,
now
so
you
I
got
do that.
aerobics
So
in there.
so not only do I have I'm working out my arms, but I'm aerobics going up and down the stairs, and plus the fact that I got a liquor store that's just a mile down the road. So I got to hike through the snow and ice, and when I run out of beer. Which after you guys saw me leave Almanac, that won't be for a while yet. But that's another story entirely.
Thank you very much, Almanac.
Thank you very
Yes,
much,
thank you very
Almanac.
much.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I plan on being a stronger, no, lighter, no, drunker for next season. So thank you. There we go. That's it. All right. All right.
Hey,
Teddy bear,
practice,
take it.
practice.
Teddy bear, take it.
Okay, I like that. Hey, when you walk out of the liquor store down by your place, do they say, "Hey, that's a big party you're going to"?
Him again? That's usually what it is. Him again?
Well, so yeah, yeah. If you're gonna look at me like that, then don't open at 9 in the morning, huh? So, staying with Robbie and JC, I will also turn my focus to 49er football. I enjoy it, and I get to go to a couple of games every year, and it gets me into the Bay Area where my baseball team is, or well, I guess nowadays it's a little south down where my baseball team is in Santa Clara, but I'll tune into a few Sacramento Kings and Warriors games too. Sacramento's close, so I get to go to a couple of Kings games every year, and it's a bit of a break from baseball, but baseball is still my favorite. But I will also go to the 49ers and the basketball season as it's going. Um, I started watching the Sharks a little bit, but last year it kind of turned me off. So they didn't do so well.
Yeah, 10 and 64 will do that for you.
How the heck did
Yeah,
that
it will.
happen?
Yeah. So yeah, we could, watch the White Sox if we wanted to do that. But anyhow, but that's my number 4 is other sports. We'll go looking at other sports. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
3 of us picked that as our number 4. That's
Yep.
amazing.
Well, that's end of round 4. You know what that means. It's time for my favorite part of the show. What you drinking?
Hey.
As always, the highlights from Lowlife show is sponsored by our good friends at Almanac Brewing, Alameda, California. They are one of America's premier craft brewers. And these guys got to see everything that they do, how dedicated they are to the craft, how awesome it is that they repurpose some stuff on the old naval fighter base in Alameda to really become this fascinating and fast growing brewery. So I tonight am trying their Zap Pills. This is a collaboration beer they're making with Temescal Brewing, and it's a really nice Pilsner. Um, their words, crisp, refreshing, and clean, would be the exact 3 words that I would choose for this
Oh,
beer.
okay.
So, yeah, this is delicious. This is great. Easy drinker. What are you guys drinking?
Well, thanks to Almanac, while we were there, I've got another Hugs.
Oh,
It was all
yeah.
out. Can't find it around here anywhere. But this is a very good German style brew. and it's got a bit of a. When I share this with people, I ask them, "What do they taste in there?" And they don't really come up with it until I tell them. But it's a good beer. It's it's a good beer. I very much enjoy the hugs.
Yeah, delicious beer.
Well,
JC, what you got going today?
I'm following along with Robbie. I've got the Zap Pilsner also, uh, German style Pilsner. It's just very nice, and it doesn't sit in your tummy like a ton of lead. It's very smooth. I like it.
Indeed.
I got a problem.
Hmm.
Oh
You
no.
had too many to choose from.
No, no. What is this? One love eight real what one love
Eight trill.
eight trill.
8 trill.
One love eight trill. It's another example of how Almanac, who it messes with me. I don't like IPAs, but I do now if it's an Almanac IPA because
Exactly.
this is really good. Even though I can't pronounce it, and they give me a faulty can where the label is not filled and then coming over, So I always get the defect one. It
That's
was
why you got it, Marty.
oh okay.
Factory
It
second.
was like remember Blazing Saddles and they were doing I got a warp I always get the warped one. Yeah, that's right. It's right there. You go. There it is.
A Blazing Saddles comment. Awesome.
Shocker.
Before we leave that, once again, thank you, Almanac, and thank you
Yes.
for the great time we all had, and the us that were on the screen, and the guys that came along, Rudy and Forrest, and there was a
Jimbo.
third Jimbo. Thank you. Yeah, uh, it was a great tour that they gave us. It was a great time, and thank you again, Almanac.
Yes, thank you. That was
Top
they
notch.
gave us a
Go.
VIP tour. We felt
Yep.
we felt special.
Yep.
We
Go to
did.
Almanac. Drink their beer.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
Hi
before
there,
you
beer.
leave, Robbie, you've got Big Juicy's "What You Drinking" comment.
we do.
Well, what am I drinking? Well, today I've got Bunny Hill IPA. Got it first last week when we did the show from Almanac's Tap House and Brewed location. And I brought some home. And I tell you, it is such a good IPA. For those of you that are a little wary of IPA and the bite, the hoppy bite that it might have, Bunny Hill is what I would say a starter IPA for you.
All
Deliciously
right.
smooth.
Yeah, good call.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hence the
indeed.
name. Yes.
All right. Well, once again, we always want to thank Almanac. We are proud to be sponsored by them. I don't know if they're proud to sponsor us, but we're sure as hell proud to be sponsored by them. So, and I always say, if you are in the Alameda area, get out there. They really are one of the best craft brewers of the country. And if you tell them you heard about them from the highlights from Lowlife Show, they may take pity upon you.
There you go. Cool.
So
Yes.
good.
Thanks
Well,
again.
Brett, I think you finished round 4,
I
so
did.
pick a round 3 starter.
How about Marty? What do you got for round 3, buddy?
The great thing about baseball season sometimes is the following morning. Now, unfortunately, not people get the paper anymore. But the greatest thing about football,
Marty,
baseball.
throw a
Thank you.
flag.
Illegal participation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said foosball. I'm like, you play that game with the
the
soccer guys
greatest
back and
thing
forth?
about the sport is the following morning and the box scores.
Oh
Just
yeah.
reading a box score. If you just want it for the who won, or how many hits or how many errors, or you just go down the lineup to see how your stars are doing, and so you have to find uh, box scores, books with box scores.
Hmm.
So and there's a great one that goes, like I said, it goes down to the Scandal on the South Side. Is a book that I've had and I've read it through 3 or 4 times. Is about the White Sox scandal, but this goes into the detail about the playoffs and the run, and it has the box scores for 1919, and it's you can't see it, but it's tremendous. And like I said, if you like the box score for the finals, or you like the box score for the stats, or there's they've now tweaked it for football and basketball, but it's nothing like it's been invented for, and it belongs with baseball, the box score, and that's what I'm going to try and keep with me this off season.
Yeah,
Nice.
cool. I remember reading the box scores in the Sacramento Bee, and it took up like 3/4 of a page. And
Yeah.
they put it in small font, but I was
Yeah.
younger then; I could read it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Man, the
yeah.
Sporting News would have all of those box scores from the
They
previous
did.
week.
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember
Oh
the Sporting
yeah.
News would.
Yeah.
Oh
Every
yeah.
one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
yep.
great. All right, JC.
Yes, sir. Uh, in the off season, uh, for me, after baseball is over, and for me that ends lately in September as soon as the Giants are eliminated.
Yeah.
Uh, it's time to reacquaint myself with the golf game that I've neglected. I play during the season a bit, but I have more time now uh, after the baseball season and before the start of spring training to get in as many rounds as I can, and I take advantage of it. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
And he's good.
Well, yeah,
What pisses
somewhat.
me off, son, gosh darn it,
Sometimes.
but
He's very good. He's
he
very good.
is.
All right, so let's go. Let's go back up to Robbie.
All right. Number 3 for me. I've been known in past off seasons to dive down the YouTube wormhole and bring up old games from decades ago, going back into the 60s and the 50s, old all-star game. I love watching the old games, especially if I'm fast enough to not look at the description to see anything about the game. Just like turn on a random game in 1967 between the Phillies and Pirates,
Ooh,
and
that'd be
just
fun.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it's great to see like Jim Bunning pitching and Willie Stargell at the plate and Clemente on deck and those kind of
Uh-huh.
things. Just seeing all of those kind of old games and guys that we remember from our childhood and all of that. But made it even easier. I just found a few weeks ago on Roku, the streaming service. They have a channel, an MLB channel on Roku, and all they play all the time are old games.
Oh wow.
So they've got games, because if you go to the MLB network right now, they're just replaying the playoffs and World Series from this year, and I don't need to see that again.
I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're pulling up games, and maybe it was significant. Maybe a guy went 5 for 5 that day, or somebody got their 2000th career hit. But nonetheless, it's just a constant stream of these live ball games from going back some games of the week from the 70s right on up to stuff that happened this season. So I've been really enjoying that, just kind of having
That's
it on in the
good.
background while I'm working or doing other stuff. So yeah, thank you Roku for knowing what I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can I interject a quick story? Because you said NBC's game of the week.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yes.
I have a brother that's a year older than I am, and I have a sister that's about 4 years younger. And we grew up as kids in Seattle before the pilots. So the NBC's game of the week was always a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And we would get up on Saturday. We had chores to do, but then the game would come on, and mom would make lunch and all that kind of stuff. And then the fun thing we did as guys is that during breaks we would wrestle. Well, my sister, not wanting to be left out, would join in. And fortunately, one of those times I was doing a backflip on my brother or something and throwing him down, and he landed right on my sister's ankle and broke her ankle.
Oh.
Oh.
So we had to go. Dad had to take her to the hospital. And here's the line. It says the nurse asked, "When did this happen?" It says about the 6th inning of the NBC's game of the week. True story.
About the 6th inning.
About 6th inning.
Great story.
That is great. That's great.
So thank you for letting me intervene.
Yep.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All All right, let's see, we got one more to go here.
Yeah.
I'm bringing up the rear 3 times in a row here. Here we go. So
Dave, don't take it personal.
you saved the best for last. Come on, I know.
Wait.
So in um, kind of like Robbie, I'll go back and look at games. I said if I really get it missing bad enough there, I'll play the CDs I have of the San Francisco Giants playoff games and the World Series games, the 2010, 12, 14. And I have the whole collection. And it gets me back into the baseball mood. These CDs are good. Their quality's okay. I was thinking about Robbie back into like you're watching the 1967 game. The screen is a lot narrower and the picture isn't as near as good. We have it pretty good right now with this resolution that we have, but
Right.
it makes it a lot better. But while I'm watching those games, the World Series games, I like to look for our buddy Richie sitting there eating in the stand up for cancer moment. I have that on CD. And we won't let him forget that.
Nope.
No, that
But
is infamous.
yes, but those CDs bring joy back to my heart and the fonder times and the great scrapping teams that the Giants had, along with some of the great pitching in those eras and a bunch of misfits. I think is what Bochy called them
Right.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll do if I start missing it really bad. So
Yeah.
that's my number 3.
So that the story Brent was
Cool.
just telling about the stand up to cancer. One of our friends, Richie Hertz, is you guys were at the World Series game, I believe.
Yes,
And
yeah,
Yes.
they did the stand up to cancer moment, which is always great. I'm glad MLB does that.
Mhm.
But they panned around the whole stadium and showed
yes.
shots of people holding their stand up and the name, and they slowly zoomed in on the stand up to cancer billboard, which was on the wall down the first baseline. And as they zoomed in, you could see JC and there standing, and everybody in the entire stadium was standing except for Richie Hertz, who's shoveling nachos. And the text immediately went out: stand up to cancer, sit down for nachos. So that's forever been ingrained in all of our memories. So that's what that story refers
But I
to.
have it on CD. I think Kristen Bennett's in that frame.
I think she is with us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Kristen Bennett's in that frame.
such a
So
funny moment. I
that
mean,
was a good one. That was a
there's
good
5
one.
stand up to cancer signs around the ballpark, and they chose that one.
Some cameraman had a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Scotty May.
It could have been Scotty
And he
May.
could have been. He was the film guy up there, or the camera guy up there. He got us
So,
on the scoreboard more than once. That was fun. That was fun.
all
Cool.
right.
And round 3.
End of round 3. So
Good
Brett,
time.
pick a number 2.
Oh, okay. Let's
So this
start
way
off
you don't
with.
have to finish.
You want me to start number 2?
Yeah, pick
No.
yourself.
Oh, no. I don't want to pick myself.
Oh.
How about Robbie? You tell me. You tell me your number 2.
All right. Number 2 for me. I'm not a huge fan of the NHL in terms of watching on television because it's really hard to watch. But I do love attending hockey games. And recently, in the last couple of years, I used to go to a lot of the Stockton Heat games.
Yeah, those were
Which was like
fun.
it was great, and it was really good quality hockey and a great arena and inexpensive. But unfortunately, the Calgary Flames decided that their top farm team needed to be closer to their main team in Calgary, so they moved them up to Canada.
Hmm.
So Stockton is currently without a team, which left me scrambling for what else I could do. And San Jose is too far to go and see minor league hockey, and then the Sharks, which is minor league hockey.
What is mine?
For from where I reside, that's kind of a haul. But we found an independent league minor league hockey team in Santa Rosa called the Santa Rosa Growlers. And
Oh, nice.
the Growlers play teams from Reno and Vegas and Mansfield, Texas. There's a bunch of teams there. We're doing the build your own ticket plan this year, where it's pretty funny that they call it the build your own ticket plan, and then you just buy game tickets. It's not like 5 tickets or anything. It's build your own game plan, and then they have all their games listed there.
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's a lot like Slapshot without some of the crazy fighting hijinks. But it's an interesting league because there are
No
kids that
Hanson brothers.
no Hanson brothers. Although there's two brothers on the Growlers who aren't afraid to drop gloves.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting league because there's some guys that had a taste of the pros and are doing everything they can to hang on in hockey. There are some minor league hockey lifers that just play for the game, and then there's some young guys that either didn't get drafted or didn't get noticed that are trying to make a name for themselves. So the quality of hockey is far superior than what you might expect. And I mean, at $15 to get in
Hey,
for
that's a good time.
glass
Yeah.
to have glass on the ends, or $25 for glass at center ice.
Nice.
You can't beat it, and it's a good time. It's in a small arena in Santa Rosa, and it's perfect. So I am very much looking forward to getting a bunch of Growler games in this year.
Oh, good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Let me
And-
know when you go, because I'll come up to Santa Rosa for that. That's
Marty
cool.
came down last year, and we
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
blast.
and it was
Yeah.
a blast. So yeah, we'll put together a
Yeah.
game. We'll
Yeah.
You
have
come down
maybe we could,
halfway, Marty, and I'll finish the ride.
You
Done. Deal.
mentioned the Stockton Heat, and before the Stockton Heat, we used to go to a single A hockey team in Stockton at that arena.
right.
And I remember going to one game, and before they dropped the puck, everybody dropped gloves and started fighting. It was part of the script.
Must have been a carryover from the game before, or the night
Yeah, I
before.
don't know, but that was funny. Just a memory.
They were
Yep.
talking
Yeah.
about their mother's marital status at the
Yeah.
time of their birth.
All right, Brent, why don't you do the number 2 thing?
Okay. Well, I look forward to this all the time.
You want to be alone?
No.
Doing the number
I
2
look
thing?
forward to this
Oh.
when the baseball season ends. I look forward to stop having to pick out the sunflower seeds out of the dryer when I do my laundry every week. I don't know how those little boogers get in there or how they come out of my pocket so easy, but there's a pile of them every time I do the laundry during baseball season. So I'm glad it's not bubble gum or jelly beans or something. I mean, it could be worse, but I enjoy a clean load of laundry sometimes. Marty, what you got?
Well, if the season's over and you're looking forward for next season's, and it's not too early to start planning for next season. So I already got a few things lined up. Ladies and gentlemen, the people on the screen and a few other people are tremendous individuals, and we've been very fortunate to do a few trips, and we're going to line one up. But also, I'm going to be in Cincinnati on opening day. My brother-in-law invited me. He's always been a big Reds fan. He's about my age. He was a big fan of the Big Red Machine. And we've already decided we're going to be in Cincinnati on opening day.
Very nice.
And you'll
Traditional.
never guess who the opponent is.
I know.
Go ahead.
No. San Francisco Giants.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And do you guys know that I'm already planning? It's going to happen. I'm going to be working in baseball next year.
Really?
Well, working in the stadium that has baseball. Is that like working? Is that working in baseball?
You
Close enough
passed
for
the-
me.
Are you going to be a Walmart greeter kind of thing at the Aces games?
Oh, the way I had very well. Now that you put it that way, gosh, gee whiz, I'm disappointed. I feel bad. Gee whiz.
It's better than standing behind a concession stand and saying you want fries with that.
Yeah.
I've
Want
been
beer with
working my
that?
whole career to aspire to that.
Well, you can be the beer collection guy, and one for you, one for me. One for you, one for me.
You're onto something there.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
go.
Yes.
Cincinnati, boy, that's awesome for opening day. They do it right because they do the parade downtown, and it's a holiday in Cincinnati.
Oh,
It should
yeah.
be everywhere.
Yeah. Now, and it's already scheduled for March 27th.
Okay.
So What's
That's
the
early.
weather going to be like in Cincinnati in March?
It's going to be
20?
sunny and nice for opening day. Come on.
All right,
God's a
great. Thank
baseball
you.
fan.
Yep.
I'll
God's
take
a
your word.
baseball
I'll take
fan.
your word for that.
You bet. It will be. Positive attitude.
That's
All
right.
right, great.
So
All
I've
right.
still got to go number 2.
TMI, JC.
Permission granted, I guess.
He's got one prairie dogging. He's got one prairie dogging.
Yeah.
Well,
After
just
after
go in the
the
depends
baseball
and also
season.
give us your next pick.
Okay, very good, very good. After the baseball season is usually the time when certain people in my life demand I put my attention to other stuff I put off during the baseball season: rain gutters, cleaning, solar panel cleaning, dog washing, that sort of thing. So when does baseball season get back so I can get back to procrastination? That's what I'm
What a way to grab the bull by the horns there,
Yeah.
JC.
man after my own heart, whatever it is.
You have to make all those phone calls to the guy that cleans the gutters and the solar panels, and sit there and.
That's good.
Well, Robbie, now's your chance. Webby's not here.
Yeah, let's do this lightning quick, shall we? So yeah, we are brought to you by the good people at Mike Up. You're using the app if you're watching us live, and it's a great way to watch the show because you can leave us questions, leave us comments, crack wise at us. We love it. We like to interact with you. Hit that microphone button and leave us a comment. But there's several other shows on here. Rick Barry, obviously the most famous guy, the NBA Hall of Famer. He does a show every couple of weeks. Rick is amazing. If you like basketball, even on the peripheral, or even want to talk about the concept of professional sports, he answers every question that people leave. He's very thoughtful. He is very opinionated and very direct about it. It makes it a really good listen. So that's one of the good shows on here. We have Jim Darby, who is a former executive with Easton and Mizuno Sports. Jim was involved as the player representative for those two companies. So he's got extensive background dealing with players in several sports, but primarily baseball. He's very entertaining. He was good friends with Pete Rose. So he has an episode all about Pete Rose right after his passing. He's got one coming up talking about World Series throughout the years. So he's a very interesting guy just because he knows a lot of inside people. Another one is AJ Rovner. He is an executive within the New York Giants football organization. And he's done a bunch of shows about the Giants, talked to insiders and such. This week he's doing a show about the Rangers because we've all seen the Giants play football this year. So there's only so much you can talk about now. So,
We've seen enough.
but he's got an episode dedicated to the Rangers coming up. Another one of my favorites is the Florida Sports Hall of Fame show. John Rieger and Billy Smith. They do this interview show with anybody that's made the Florida Sports Hall of Fame. There's been some interesting people from Wade Boggs and Pam Oliver, the broadcaster, and I found some of the shows, like the woman who circumnavigated the globe in a sailboat solo, that's in the Hall of Fame. I found that show fascinating. Some of the lesser known sports and lesser known athletes on that show are great. And Billy Smith, John Rieger, really good interviewers. They know how to get the most out of their out of the people that they're talking to. So I highly recommend that show. And then next, of course, there's Yankees Coast to Coast. Yeah. Now it's a lot of whining and moaning and crying and sorrow. And then if they're really like in the 7 stages of grief in every episode. So if if you just want to hear New Yorkers bitching and crying and then trying to come to terms with themselves, it's a great show. So those are some of the shows on here. There's a number of professional sports, minor league sports, and collegiate teams that are going to be added to the network here very soon. So stick around, stick with us. In the meantime, stay right here for the highlights from Low Life Show, the number one rate show on the Mic'd Up Network. So there you go. There's the spiel. How'd I do?
You did great,
Excellent.
Robbie.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job, Robbie.
timing was perfect.
Forever.
The timing was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we might even bring him back next week. All right.
Oh, no.
All right. Hey, I ended that, so I'll pass it off to Teddy Bear.
Oh, my number one. Okay. Now, kind of like Marty, I think he started out as number 5 or number 4. But I say this every year baseball season is over. I do. That I promised myself I'll get ready for my upcoming fantasy camp. Now that baseball's over. We got done with, spring league. We got done with fall baseball with the kids. And the World Series is done. So now I'm going to get ready. I say it all the time. And one of these days it's going to happen. Because I didn't do it today. So that makes like 274 days in a row that I haven't gotten ready for fantasy camp.
You can't break that streak.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna do it. I do make a point when we do play ball with the kids that I'll go out and stretch with them. I'll go out and throw with them. A lot of times there's an odd number of kids, so they need somebody to throw with, doing our throwing progressions and stuff before the game or before practice. But I try to get that in, and I think that really helps. At my age, I have to do that, or I'll just stove up altogether. So anyway, one of these days I'll get it done in the off season. All right, Robbie, what do you got?
My number one, one of our big fans, my wife Yvonne, has been going through a battle with cancer this year. Um, my number one is to help her finish kicking cancer's ass, so
Yeah.
that we can do her favorite thing in the world again, and that's go to some ball games. Nothing she loves more than going to the ballpark. So yeah, we're things are going very well. Everything's on pace. But the battle's not over till it's over, and
Yep.
we're gonna try to put this thing away. So anyway, I know she's watching and listening tonight, and she knows what I mean. We're gonna get to the ballpark.
All right.
All
Hey,
right.
Give her
Bonnie,
a cheer
hang
for us.
tough, Bonnie. Hang
Yeah.
tough. We're all with you, young lady. We're all with you.
Yep.
All right, Marty, follow that.
Well, the funny thing is that you're right in the middle of what I'm number one that I'm going to do during the off season is pray more. And give me a minute. I'm going to pray for how grateful I am for the 4 guys that are on this screen, for Weber, for Jones, for Big Juicy, for Terry, for Yvonne. I wear this as a low life proudly. I don't know where I would be if I hadn't ran into those guys and the other guys that extended in the baseball league. I am so grateful and so thankful. And every once in a while, you have to take inventory. And so I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank each and every one of you. And it's been more than a blast. It's been fantastic. Let's keep going.
Oh
Works
yeah.
for me.
Thank you.
I'll drink to
Hey,
that.
I
Yep.
Teddy bear.
I did my number one.
I think you brought us home, Marty.
Did I really?
No, he didn't.
No.
No, no, no,
Oh, I
no,
take
no,
that.
no, no. Okay.
Okay,
All
follow
right,
that,
JC.
JC.
All right.
That's hard.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
Hey,
hard.
Marty.
Well,
Marty.
well said, Marty.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
Definitely.
One moment, JC. Marty, I'll tell you what. If it wasn't for baseball, and the league and the guys I've met during there, I've met a whole class of friends that I wouldn't give up for anybody. Um, they're so nice. They're so good. I've been able to do so many things because of everybody I've met in baseball league, going to fantasy
Exactly.
camps and that
Yep.
stuff. It's just I know exactly where you're coming from. So cheers to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to add to it too. I say it all the time. At the end of the movie Stand By Me, when the writer now is looking back at his childhood years and he's finishing his book, the
Mhm.
whole movie is the guy is writing a book. At the last line that he writes in the book is, I never again had friends later in life like the ones I had when I was 12.
Oh, wow.
I got those friends.
Yeah.
I have those friends. Even when we get mad at each other, it's only seconds, and then we're over it and we're on to the next thing. So
Yeah.
I that's exactly how I would define what we have. So, and those of you out there watching, if you're not part of the low lives, we want you to be. So
Yeah.
you're in that group
No,
of
really.
12-year-olds now.
I'll tell you what.
Applications online at www.
Lowlifes.com.
Be a low life.
Follow us on Facebook.
Yeah.
All
There you go.
right, sorry, JC. All right,
Yeah.
sorry. Bring it
It was
home.
just worth saying.
No problem.
Yeah,
But I had
worth
to
saying.
ask myself, during the off season, do I miss baseball in the off season? Well, let's see. I generally find time to clean up the Babe Ruth kids equipment during the off season. I check in on the Hot Stove League, watch a couple of Arizona Fall League games,
Yeah.
coach a couple of off season Babe Ruth pickup games, get ready for fantasy camp or early season old man baseball tournaments. So I guess the answer is what Tim Lincecum or Will Clark would say. Fudge, yes, I miss it. Or something like that.
Very good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And they
Yeah.
both would say that.
Yes,
Yes.
Kind of.
kind of, sort of. And Marty, I got something for you. Your box score.
Oh, an enlarger.
Oh, great.
All right. Well, that's our round here. We got a couple of comments in here. Then we can come back for any honorable mentions. Our good friend Webby, who we're missing tonight.
Yep.
A few things I want to do now that it's baseball off season. One, I want to tour a lot of the microbreweries in the Bay Area. Two, I want to start another Stratomatic season
Oh, another
from the
fellow.
past. And three, I want to start planning the next Lowlifes road trip next
Yes.
summer.
Yep. Well, hard to argue with that logic. Big Juicy's here.
Hey.
All right.
Well, hockey season dovetails nicely as baseball winds down, hockey gears up. And for me, it's going to the San Jose Sharks practice facility in San Jose and get some ice time in. They have what they call the Gretzky Hour. I go a couple times a week and get on the ice, work on my stick and puck handling abilities.
Dang.
You know,
Yeah.
he sent us a picture and he looks like a stud out there on the ice. You
Yeah.
do, Big Juicy. You look like
Yeah.
the next Wayne Gretzky. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's
You
out
were
there on the
looking
ice and
good.
looks like
He
he could
does.
do something. Unlike some of us who have too much of a front porch to get on skates and balance.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Skates. Oh, my knees would say, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
No, he's
Ankles say hell no.
yeah, exactly.
And we got one in from Vonnie.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Well, being that I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time here at UCSF during the off baseball season, and television being what it is here, I guess I'll be watching some Warriors basketball and cheering them on as kind of a newbie when it comes to the basketball game. But that's what I'll be doing and looking forward to next year.
Cool.
Outstanding.
Good to hear from you, Vonnie.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, and
Yes.
and we'll have to go to a game and get a suite for all the lowlifes and Vonnie and have a blast.
Get it done.
You guys heard that, right? JC's paying for a suite.
It's going to be on YouTube tomorrow.
Yep, you bet.
That would be a good time. Yes,
It
let's
would,
make
for
it happen.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's
You
make
guys
it happen.
got any honorable mentions?
I have one.
Okay.
Good.
Damn it. I'm tired. Now, well, let me back it up. The Baseball Hall of Fame was a great experience. And anybody who might be listening to us or that hasn't done it, move it up to number 1 on the bucket list because it was a fantastic experience. So I'm on the mailing list. I'm a member of the Hall of Fame. Now, not in the Hall of Fame. You just have to support the Hall.
No.
of Fame. Let's
He
be
wrote his
honest.
name on the wall in a bathroom.
Again.
Well, let's just, and they send me an email every week about what's on sale this week at the gift shop. Screw it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy the whole damn gift shop. Get it over with. Come on. Just send it. Just send it. I mean, because there's this. Oh, there's that. Oh, there's this. Oh, I need that. I need this. Just send the whole friggin' gift shop. What the? Get it over with.
Well, his name ought to be written on the side of the monitor for the who's on first exhibit. There,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sitting in there watching it on
I
the
should
loop.
be. Yeah. I just said I had the guys were with me. I sat him down. I made him watch the whole friggin' thing.
That's great, though.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody?
like I said, I honestly, if it's not on your bucket list, move it up to number 1. You'll never regret it.
Hey,
Yeah.
and it's not too late to go before it gets snowy back there. November's a great time to go. The first
Oh,
time I
really?
went, my dad and I went in November, and there was nobody. I mean, the stores were still open and stuff, but the Hall of Fame was just there was hardly anybody in the building.
Oh, that's a nice
We were
time
able
to
to just
go.
go at our own pace
Yeah.
and see everything you wanted to see without feeling rushed and crowded. So
Yeah.
it is
That's
a
how you knew
beautiful-
Marty's name was in the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah, that's why when I saw it the first time,
Okay.
I wonder if that's the Marty Brown I know.
Well, if
I'd
you,
love to go see the Negro Hall of
Yes.
Fame. I think that would be awesome.
Oh,
I would really enjoy looking through that and seeing who there. Those are some great players there.
Really are.
Great players.
Yep.
And I know you guys went, and I'm sorry I missed that trip, but that was awesome. But I had an obligation with the kids.
yeah,
I
back
love
when
Ken.
I was still playing a little bit, I did get a chance to play at Abner Doubleday Field.
Oh, wow.
And that was a truly a unique experience. I got to watch our friend Richie Thomas hit a grand slam out of the stadium.
Did he really? Did
Yeah.
he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you guys have ever seen League of Their Own, and the credits, there's an old umpire who's arguing with one of the ladies. It was a strike today. Tomorrow it might be a ball, but it's a strike today because I said so. That guy was the umpire behind home plate
Oh,
when
wow.
Richie Thomas
How cool is
hit his
that?
home run, and he called it. He said, "You're going to hit this one out of the park down the left field line," and he did.
Wow.
So I would like to have a chance to play some old man baseball at a place like Rickwood in
sure.
old Negro League baseball facility.
That would be awesome.
That would be a gas. If someone could organize that, I might come out of retirement for that one.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Cooperstown, as you would expect, there's 2 or 3 blocks on the main street downtown near the Hall of Fame, and all the shops are baseball themed. And Terry Lee said it best because it's the only shopping district in America where the men are inside shopping and the women are standing on the curb.
Excellent. That is so cool. They're holding their own purse while they're shopping.
Yep.
That was my story from the from one of the baseball tournaments at Abner Doubleday Field. Our director and our clubby, who was a guy by the name of Muttley, on Saturday night, the last day of the tournament, Sunday, and they're having a few pops at the bar and before going home and doing the laundry for Sunday morning. And they got going, and they didn't realize in New York, they don't close the bars at 2 a.m. They don't close the bars at 3 a.m. And in certain cases, they don't close them at 4 either. So Muttley looks up at Marty and says, "The sun's coming up outside," and he looks out and says, "Oh, expletive deleted. We've got to do the expletive deleted laundry." And they had to run to the hotel, which wasn't very far, do the laundry, hang it up in their room, and have the guys come in and get it while it was drying in their on hangers.
Cutting her close.
Yeah, cutting her a little close.
Cutting her a little close.
That's great.
That's a great story, JC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other honorable mentions? Nothing?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
All right. Well, that makes us a very efficient show this evening.
We're getting. It only took us a year, but we're getting good at this.
So thanks for watching. Once again, thank you to Almanac, who continue to sponsor us. Great beers. Please stop by and see them. Pick up Almanac when you're at the store. These are delicious beers, and I think with that, I'm going to play us out.
Thank you.
Oops.
Thank you, fellas.
There's always an oops. It can't just go perfect. There's always got to be an oops. All right. Thanks, everybody.